Hey, if you want to know how to use particles in Unity, you've come to the right place, so stay tuned. Here in Unity I have a player that can run and attack an opponent that can take damage and get knocked back by it. If you want to know how to do any of these things, just take a look at the description or take a look around my channel. Okay, let's start by creating the particle system. I want my particle system to play when my enemy takes damage, so I will make it look like a small explosion or something. To do this, we press the right mouse button here in the hierarchy, then click on Effects and on Particle System. Here we see the particle system that we will change now. As you can see, there are a lot of settings here, but don't worry, I will show you the few things that are really relevant for you. Let's start by turning off looping, because we want our particles to be ejected only once when the enemy gets damaged and not continuously. Then I define how long the particles can be there by adjusting the duration and start lifetime. Now I select under the renderer this white default material and change the size of the particle. Then I define which color the particle should have, and for this I press here and choose random color from 2 colors. And I decide on 2 colors. Okay, that looks way better now. Now we change the shape of the particles. To do this we press here shape and I choose sphere, because I want them to fly evenly in all directions. Okay, I think there are too many particles on the screen at the moment, so I'm going to set max particles to less, and I want them to fly a bit faster, so I turn up the speed. Okay, my particle system is now ready, but if you want to use for example an own sprite like a dust cloud or something as a particle, I quickly show you how that works. Create a material, set it to fade and select your texture in albedo. You have to select this material in the particle system in the renderer, and that's it. Now I'm going to continue with inserting the particle system. For this I drag the particle system that we created down here into the folders to make it a prefab. I'm doing this to save the particle system without having it lying around in the scene. Then I go into the damage script of the enemy and create a public particle system and call it hitParticle. Now I go into the place in my code that is executed when the opponent takes damage and use a single line of code to add the particles. For this I use instantiate hitParticle transform.position transform.rotation. This command instantiates, so spawns, a particle system at the position and with the rotation of the opponent. And done with this script. So let's test it quickly. And for this we go into the scene and drag the prefab of the particle system from down here into the right place of the enemy's script. And when we hit the enemy now, particles will be created. Yay! But there's still a small problem, because our scene is always littered with particle systems when we hit the enemy, because you always spawn particles but do not delete them again. And for this we now add a teeny tiny super simple deletion script to our particle system. This script simply deletes the particle system after 1 second, so our scene stays nice and clean. If I could teach you something, please leave a thumbs up, and if you want to learn more about making video games in Unity, just click here and see you next time. Ciao!